Like to call the meeting to order?
No, it's good. I'll figure it out.
She's not there. Guess we won't. Mrs. Burns, roll call, please.
Mr. Sullivan?
Present.
Mrs. Hallenbeck? Present. Mr. Allen?
Present.
Mrs. Lafferty?
Here.
Mrs. Marshall?
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Here.
Mr. Sporny is absent with prior notice. And Mrs. Walpeaser?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. The board met in executive session before this meeting to discuss an assessment appeal related to the Feasterville Plaza and confidential employment and labor-related matters. Mrs. Burns, any announcements?
No announcements.
Thank you. Mr. Bowman, Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. First, congratulations to all of our middle and high school musicians who were selected to participate in the Bucks County Regional and State Festivals. Last week, our band, orchestra, and choir members participated in the Bucks County Music Educators Association Festival, which was held in Bensalem. Neshaminy is also well represented in the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association District and Regional Festivals this year as well. Neshaminy High School choir member Quinn Goldberg and band members Alyssa Loudon and Laura Lee Mindy were selected for the PMEA All-State Choir and Concert Band, where they will attend next month. In addition, Alyssa was also selected to the All-Eastern Honors Concert Band, along with choir members Rebecca Gutierrez and Isabella Pagliacetti, who were selected to the Honors Treble Choir. They will all be performing in the All-Eastern Conference in Hartford, Connecticut from April 24th to the 27th. Last Thursday, Maple Point held their annual Coaches vs. Cancer doubleheader charity basketball game. As usual, the game was a sellout and featured the 7th and 8th grade boys teams from Maple Point and Sandburg. Coaches vs. Cancer is a national effort that has raised over $100 million for cancer research since 1993, and Maple Point's tournament is the largest in dollars raised not only in Pennsylvania, but in the entire Northeast United States. Thanks to everybody that organized, attended, donated, and provided raffle prizes for this amazing event. Special thanks to Mr. Neil French, who happens to be here tonight, for his efforts. He's done a tremendous job over the years with this event, and he does not like any credit, so we are going to give him a whole lot tonight. So thank you, Mr. French, for your efforts in that. And finally, last week, all of our district's fourth graders enjoyed a field trip to the high school to see a concert featuring the Wind Symphony, the Wind Ensemble, the High Voice and Select Choir, the Jazz Band, and the Rock Band Club. This concert is a great way for our budding musicians to see all the great opportunities in store for them when they get to the high school in just a few short years. And that is all I have, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. That brings us to the first public comment period. Mrs. Burns, any sign-ups?
Emily Alexander?
Please approach the podium, your name, where you reside, and your occupation.
Can you hear me? Okay. So I just wanted to bring up maybe sorry? Oh,
Where you reside, yeah.
I'm
need it for the record.
Emily Alexander, and I am a mom to a sixth grader here at Maple Point. I am a student, actually, for my occupation. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, totally random, like not on the calendar at all, but I just felt like maybe I should mention that maybe there might be some potential timing issues in a part of the curriculum. My daughter, like I said, is in sixth grade, and she just started sex ed last week. Problem is, her and all of her friends have started their period months ago. So I know that's a little bit embarrassing, but also, like, it's kind of like, obviously I talked to her before, but not like everybody has a safe family to, like, talk to them before things happen, and they might be, like, surprised or whatever. Also, we didn't grow up in the age of, like, social media and, like, internet and everything like that, but these kids are, and I am learning that they have access to a whole lot of information that they don't need the access to. For example, today my daughter was asked if she wanted to be effed. So that was great at 11. But I also, she is going through a program with NOVA, which is like the sexual assault and abuse program. And they provided me some information that children as young as 10 years old can be charged with child pornography if they take a naked picture of themselves. And it is actually considered distributing child porn, and they can be arrested at 10 years old, which I find kind of horrifying because, like, I know that at the beginning of the year, Missy gives, like, a, I don't know, a speech in the auditorium or whatever, but maybe it needs to be nailed in a little bit more that, you know, there are consequences to your actions. And even though you may consent to sending and receiving these pictures, maybe not even at 11 years old like my daughter, but high school, you know, you can get in significant trouble. And I just think that maybe there are some tweaks that might need to be made to the program. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, do I gotta?
Press the button.
Press the button, turn it off.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
You
good.
did
Thank
good.
you.
You did good, thank you.
There were no further
Go
signs.
further, on? Okay. All right, that being said, we'll move into section 2, routine matters. I'd like to make a master motion to approve item 2.01. Let me shut this off. 2.01 minutes, 2.02 treasurer's report, 2.03 check register and procurement card purchases, 2.04 budget transfers, 2.05 investments, and 2.06 exonerations. There's a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Walbeezer. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Personnel Administrative, Mrs. Brochus.
I would like to make a master motion on section 3.01 appointments and 3.02 leaves of absence.
For motion on the floor, can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Marshall. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mr. He's got it.
I'd just like to acknowledge and congratulate, we have 4 of our administrators with us here tonight with these new appointments, some completely new administrators. Mr. Hardy, congratulations on your appointment to Court Creek Elementary, and thank you for your service at Fertibar. Taking over for her is Kristen McCreary, who has been an assistant principal with us at Maple Point. We are excited for her and the opportunity for her to lead Fertibar. That will be left in good hands. So congratulations to you, Ms. McCreary. Karen Koza is also with us. Karen comes to us. She's been a teacher in the system, as well as a coordinator of student affairs. She will be taking Kristen McCreary's spot at Maple Point as an 11-month assistant principal. And Mr. James Kelly, who has held a couple different administrative roles for us, as well as coordinator of student affairs, will be, he's currently in an acting role at Sandburg Middle School. That acting tag will come off of him on July 1st. What's interesting about both Kristen, Karen, and James is they were all teachers for us. They came up through the system. They worked in through coordinator student affairs positions and now have been given opportunities to be administrators for us. So we look forward to the 4 of you. We congratulate the 4 of you and obviously support you in any way we can. So thank you very much.
That brings us to section 4, personnel certificated. Mr. Allen.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sullivan. I would like to place a motion on the floor for, a master motion on the floor to combine motion 4.01, retirements, resignations, and end of assignments, 4.02, appointments, 4.03, leaves of absence, 4.04, changes to leaves, 4.05, revised returns from leave, and skip the page, sorry. 4.06 are co-curricular appointments.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. There's a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Lafferty. Any comments or questions?
Yes, Mr. Sullivan, I'd like to make note of under 4.01, under retirements, we have
Somebody on the other side.
Mr. Sullivan, I would just like to point out too, for 4.06, line number 2, it should be existing and not a new appointment.
Thank you, Mrs. Hollenbeck. Okay, we have a second on the floor. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Personnel support, Mrs. Hollenbeck.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. I'd like to make a master motion for 5.01, retirements, resignations, and assignments, 5.02, appointments, 5.03, leaves of absence, and 5.04, ancillary appointments.
Thank you, Mrs. Hollenbeck. We have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Brochus. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Ms. Walbeezer?
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. I'd like to make a motion 6.01, Sunday facility usage. Whereas according to board policy 800, facilities and fields may not be scheduled on Sundays without school board approval. Now therefore be it resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approve Sunday usage for Fallsington softball has requested Sunday field usage at Carl Sandburg Middle School on Sundays from April 2025 to November 2025. Langhorne Athletic Association has requested Sunday field usage at Maple Point Middle School on Sundays from March 2025 to July 2025. And Middletown Athletic Association has requested Sunday field usage at Walter Miller Elementary School and Carl Sandburg Middle School on Sundays from April 2025 to December 2025.
We have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Walbeezer?
I'd like to make a motion 6.02, Chester County IU and CCRES Educational and Behavioral Health Services 25-26 school year agreement. Be it resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the contractual agreement and service relationship with Chester County Intermediate Unit and CCRES Educational and Behavioral Health Services for the 2025 to 2026 school year. And there is a file attached.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Brochus. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Marshall?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion for 6.03, Director of HR appointment. Be it resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby appoints Felicity S. Hanks to the position of Director of Human Resources for a term of 5 years effective July 1st, 2025, with a starting salary of $167,500 pursuant to and conditioned upon full execution of an employment agreement along with receipt of all necessary clearances. Be it further resolved, the district president, vice president, secretary, and superintendent are authorized to execute said agreement upon review and approval by the district solicitor.
Thank you, Mrs. Marshall. We have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Hollenbeck. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Bowman?
Yes, Ms. Hanks is with us this evening. Just a big congratulations to Felicity. Welcome to the Neshaminy team and the Neshaminy family. Felicity comes to us with experience as a sitting HR director in 2 large school districts prior to coming to Neshaminy. But what I think is most unique about Ms. Hanks' background is she was an attorney and practiced school law prior to entering the world of being an HR director. So brings a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of experience with her that I think will strongly benefit Neshaminy School District. So welcome and thank you.
Brings us to educational development. Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. I'd like to make a master motion for 7.01, the 2025-2026 student school year calendar. 7.02, the 2025-2028 K through 12 guidance plan. The 7.03, overnight trips. 7.04, homebound instruction. And 7.05, student settlement agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. We have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Lafferty. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Lafferty?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion 8.01, first reading of policies 123, 204, 626, 907, 005, 103, 103.1, 104, 824, 705, and 718. Whereas the Board Policy Committee reviewed the policies listed below at the March 20th, 2025 committee meeting, and whereas the board policies listed below are being recommended for policy first reading, now therefore be it resolved that Neshaminy School Board of Directors review the policies listed below and recommend a second reading and final adoption at the April 22nd, 2025 Public Work Session meeting. And we covered 11 policies that evening. They're all listed.
Thank you, Mrs. Lafferty. We have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. And that brings us to the closing of the meeting. Anyone have any other board business? All right, that brings us to the second public comment period. Anyone has anything they'd like to discuss, please approach the podium. Okay, brings us to board comment. Anyone have any board comment?
I do. I would just like to say welcome and congratulations to all the people that we appointed again tonight. Great job, and I look forward to seeing you guys all about in your new places. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. I would just a couple quick items of community note. I want to shout out to our Neshaminy High School music program. Searching the web, I came across a post from Mr. Stanley. Our music program apparently hosted the fourth graders, and it involved rock, jazz, blues. It was quite a big post, but I actually sat through it, and it was fantastic. And I just wanted to thank him for that and thank the music program for doing that for our elementary school students. I think that was fantastic. I also unable to congratulate everyone for a successful gym night at our last meeting. Congratulations to the blue team for a win, but of course the red team as well. It's hard to pick winners and losers, and there really aren't any because it's just a fantastic community event. And I just wanted to thank everyone for pulling that off yet again. Couple quick notes that I just can't keep to myself. Conversation we had over at the tech school about 2 weeks ago. It's been an ongoing concern of, we have more students applying to tech school than we can put in seats. It's still a struggle to figure out how we're going to address that. We want to address that. A couple ideas came out. I just want to caution everyone, these are very, very infantile, beginning thoughts. But it was suggested that we are going to look into some kind of after-school program that some of our students who missed out on going to tech school want to go to tech school. Maybe for a couple hours after school, they can get a program that at least get them half of the way to a certification in a trade or skill. So that's one thing I'm excited about. We also discussed expanding the offerings at the adult education. I know that, for a number of years back in the late 70s, my father taught at the night school, we always called it, at the tech school. It's still an available program, but it's kind of coasted along. We're kind of trying to beef it up, and because again, the need for skilled tradesmen and laborers and crafts is just, it's out there, and we need to find a way to address it. So I just wanted to bring that to the community's attention, that those are things we are working on over there. Yep, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Future board meetings, the next public work session will be April 8th in this room, 7 p.m. And the next board meeting is Tuesday, April 22nd in this room at 7 p.m. As far as committee meetings, tomorrow night there's a Business Operations Committee meeting, which is now the merged Business Operations and Facilities Committee. And then there's an Educational Development on May 6th and a Policy meeting on Thursday, May 15th. That being said, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Second by Mrs. Hollenbach. All in favor? Aye. No one's opposed. Meeting adjourned.